The creator economy is evolving rapidly and is estimated to be worth about $100 billion globally. But Africa seems to be playing catch-up in the conversations that shape the ecosystem. Talks about monetizing and standardizing the business for creators seem to be getting louder. And so to gain more insight about the state in Africa, I speak to Douglas Kenderson, who is the CEO of Selar.
With the creator economy, you're typically talking about like creators here or users here that get to monetize their knowledge or audience. So in this case, when you say monetizing your knowledge, you have people that package products into like ebooks, courses, trainings, events. And then when it comes to like audience, you have people that monetize their audience for advertisement in this case. And I think Nigeria is doing very well in this economy because we have so many Africans that are very enterprising. And today on our platform, Selar, we have over 60,000 creators, and advertisement for different kind of creators that monetize by ads is just really growing. I mean, while we're not as big as the Western community, I think we are still just we have a very budding creator space right now.
Now, there have been growing conversations about this ecosystem, extensive talks about monetizing and standardizing it. But some would argue that these talks are louder in some regions than others, and Africa isn't exactly part of this. Do you agree?
I think when it comes to like the ratio of how much monetization goes on, Africa maybe is on the lower end of the spectrum. But I think we are really just pushing. I think a big part of monetization for any kind of industry has to do with payments today. And in as much as we have so many payment companies out there, there's still just not very great payments out in the whole of the continent, but that's something that is being worked on. Because in 2016, when most of the payment companies like Paystack and Flutterwave came up, payments was really a mess. Not a lot of people could pay. And now from 2016 to 2022, payments have sort of really, really increased. And that has improved the way people can monetize their businesses, meaning people can pay them from out of the country, people can pay them in the country. And that sort of really made a big dent in this industry, as we say today.
And what are the challenges of being a creator in Africa?
When it comes to challenges, I mean, there are lots. I mean, I don't know if we want to say light, okay, or let's just leave that away. Let's leave that away. But I think one of the biggest things for a lot of creators in Africa is maybe getting paid, which is something that we try to solve with our product. But like, even at that, I'll give you an example. For something like fraud prevention, there's still the embargo on like how people view Nigerians like creating products. Like I feel like most of the time you as a great creator, you create a great product, you have a great brand and people want to pay you and they're like, oh, you're Nigerian, and that fraud embargo is there. And even sometimes when people try to pay you, they encounter issues. And that's a very big issue because you've done the work, you've really done a great job in putting something good, and then oops, you just can't get paid, or oops, someone is just doubting your confidence because you're Nigerian. But I think this is something that we are really redefining as the years go by. I think our reputation is just getting better, and I think it will only just get better. I think there are more challenges, but I think that's a very strong challenge that really stands out, even like fraud. And fraud in Africa is still a very big issue. And hopefully, as more payment gateways work to engineer better solutions, this will be better for everybody.
And how easy is it for African creators to monetize their content?
Very easy, actually. So we've sort of made it very easy so in less than 5 minutes, someone can create a profile and then sell their products in less than 5 minutes. You can sell an ebook, you can sell a course, and even something as simple as advertisement. And I'm just speaking to the social media end of it, where like maybe a creator is creating content on social media, they have a big audience and they're trying to monetize, and that really goes with like ads. And in that way, it's not that easy, it's not that hard. The good thing is everybody can get paid right now. The good thing is if you you can set up a store to sell your digital products or physical products online today with Selar in less than 5 minutes. So not too hard, but there's still a lot of work to do, especially just selling locally and also selling internationally across the spectrum.
There are certain beliefs that the creator economy could be seamless with the power of crypto. What do you think?
That's a very tricky one. It's a very tricky one. So I think there's a very big opportunity for crypto. I think over the last couple of years, we've seen how crypto has changed the game for traditional banking system. I think there's definitely a room because it's a lot faster. It's depending on the cryptocurrency, it is volatile, but it's a lot faster and it really and there's so many opportunities, especially like in Web3 for creators everywhere.
And what do we need to do to open up Africa's creator economy? And, make it easier for people to invest in the creators that they love.
When it comes to investing for creators that they love, we're thinking more access to infrastructure is probably the best thing. I speak to a lot of creators today in Nigeria, and even though this sounds very simple, issues such as light as internet affect them because everybody works online today. Everybody's work is online today. And if something has infrastructure like power and internet is still a challenge, more creators cannot create. We're complaining about the dollar system now. A lot of creators today, the dollar FX rates today, and a lot of creators today buy ads to promote their products to a bigger audience. A lot of creators today buy devices to make better content. And when things like this are here, we can't actually expand, we can't go further, we can't move forward. And I think these are the infrastructural things that hopefully if we can fix as a country, it would really go far for us.
Some people believe that creators would also play a key role in the metaverse. Is that what you think as well?
Oh yeah, I mean the metaverse is all about a different digital world for people to experience outside the physical. And I think, of course, like people are going to create games, people are going to create content that people are going to be entertained by, people are going to consume. And I think, of course, creators need to create, creators need to exist, creators need to keep doing what they're doing, and it will play a big role. I just hope that Nigerians won't be left behind because of maybe how much access that we have, because of how much internet and all of that. Again, these things seem very small, but they play a very big role at the end of the day.
And do you think there are other things or other roles that digital platforms need to play to make things easier in the ecosystem?
Yes. I think one of the biggest things right now that we've seen is a lot of Nigerians selling to like other Africans. A lot of products that people create in Africa is just very universal in that way. I think even with more platforms, as more platforms support more easy payments across the world, I think that would definitely help push the agenda. That would definitely help create like income and also just create ethics, because when creators are really doing a great job today. I think at Selar we've done creators on Selar have sold over 2 billion of digital products, 2 billion naira worth of digital products. And imagine all the payments that actually maybe went through and didn't fail. That would be almost triple that amount. And that's how much we can bring in FX to the country. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Douglas, for sharing your thoughts on the conversation.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Olayemi. It's a pleasure.